Hopefully I can get this done. This is, God, so many takes. You can see, I finally have an RC room. I finally have a place to store all my RCs, to work on them. This is basically my studio now. I have a black curtain up over the window because I did do one video and I thought everything was done, but because of the sun coming in, it made the video very dark. So put the black curtain up, and I've done some samples, came out great. Okay, Traxxas funny car. Great car for the money. $296 for a Mamba Max Pro 2400 kV system. Although the motor is a Traxxas motor, and the ESC is it's a Mamba Max Pro, but with Traxxas firmware to get the launch control, all that good stuff. Basically, what do you get out of the box? You don't get a Bluetooth. My very first car was a Hellion Dominus that I got through Hobbytown, USA. $200, ended up putting more than that into it. Servo, metal parts, CV joints. Ended up selling it after everything I did to it. I took a lot of the good parts out except for the aluminum suspension parts. I put in the brushless system that came with my Drift Star, sold it. I wish I still had it because I only sold it for $125 and it was worth more than that to me. So basically, out of the box, with the new ones, the multi-function knob out of the box is going to be set to the TSM. When you're looking at buying this, or any Traxxas vehicle, you need to choose, especially if you have the top qualifier, the TQI. This is the blue one. Some came with red. Do you want to have to do everything by a menu button, or would you rather just be able to hook up to your phone via Bluetooth and just change things so easily, and also be able to see telemetry? My T-Max, my 3.3 Traxxas T-Max was my very first real RC car. The very first RC I got was a Phantom FC40. That's where the addiction started. I have a very addictive personality, and I'll get to more on that in a little while. But it came with all the telemetry and a Bluetooth module that came on the 3-channel Traxxas TQI controller. This is the 4-channel. The 3-channel just does not have this switch. I believe they all have 4 channels available. You just have to solder the switch on. It's funny, the receivers actually have 5 channels. But you're gonna have to change if you want the launch control. You're gonna have to change the multi-function knob from TSM control to the launch control. Which like I said, you're gonna have to pull out your manual and go through all the steps to set it to the launch control being on the multi-function knob, and then you can go. Basically with it, you do a burnout, holding the wheelie bar in the back, stage it, and one thing I learned when you stage is only give it trigger pulls, and each pull of the trigger is that far. Each one of those little notches. That's one tooth. You don't want to hold it down because it can overheat the ESC, because all it's doing is one little pulse to the motor from the ESC. If you hold it down, you can overheat the ESC. The battery I am using is a Venom 3S 7500 milliamp 30C. Plenty amperage, 225 amps constant, 375 amp peaks. When you get it, it's going to have this smaller battery hold down. Now time to open it. And that goes right here. I took it out because I'm running this battery. 2 screws at the bottom under the chassis, takes it out. They're 2mm. The tool comes with it. It's actually a T-wrench. And then the actual hold down, which is plastic that you see moving up and down right there. There's a lower section that it can go to. It just pops out. It just pops out like that. And there's 2 different places that it can go. So if you want to put a bigger battery in there like I do for more weight over those rear tires, that's what I did. The motor is in the very back, right there. So more weight over the rear end. The motor is not very heavy, but it's heavy. This is about 5 pounds, so that adds more weight. The TSM really helps with launch and also the stability of when you have to turn around. It does not let you turn very sharp when you're up at a decent speed because it will sense that the car is going to roll over. So you have to slow down and then you can turn it all the way, turn it to lock. There's not really much, there's only like 30 degrees lock to lock on this. Yeah, that's about 30 degrees. So that's basically that. The ESC actually has a capacitor on it. You can see it right there, that black thing that comes on the battery plug that goes into the ESC. What that does is it reduces voltage ripple. What voltage ripple is the brushless motors basically work off sort of an AC sort of like cycle. There's 3 wires, so it has to send, the ESC has to send pulses to those wires very quickly. You never want the voltage ripple to go above 1 volt. I mean, 10% of your battery voltage. 10% or above, possible damage to your battery. 20 to 25%, you're damaging your battery because all that voltage ripple is affecting your battery. These are not cheap batteries. I love Venom batteries because every time I have had a problem, they have sent me out a new one. All you have to do is show a receipt and proof. Even batteries that I got that were warranty batteries, I showed them there was a problem, they sent me a brand new one. I very rarely have problems with them. Some people have problems with them. I don't. I love Venom. I also get their bias batteries. The only thing with bias batteries is they only have a 1-week warranty, whereas the Venom batteries have a 1 year. Venom batteries are half the price, so you are paying for the warranty. This battery right here costs $110, between $100 and $110, wherever you get it from. I've seen some people that have actually taken a JATO and this car, cut this in half, put a JATO rear end and a metal plate up underneath, and you have a 3.3. You can take the 3.3 to RB Mods, get it bored, I believe, to a 3.4 cc, and have more power, which I would love to have that. I prefer nitro, personally, nitro and gas. Electric, you have to take care of your batteries. If you don't take care of your batteries, you're going to pay for it. When you're charging them, always have them in a LiPo bag or case, so if they do burst or anything, it's not going to set your house on fire. I do know that I've talked to many people on Facebook already that have these vehicles that actually race them in leagues. Put weight in the fake fuel tank up front. It's very detailed. The vehicle is very detailed. 100 weight oil in all the shocks. 1,000,000 weight oil in the rear diff, because a full-size funny car does not have a differential at all. It has what's called a spool, or maybe a Detroit locker. Funny cars have a spool. A Detroit locker, you can look that up. But a spool is a Detroit locker allows it to still turn, but it's very noisy. But a spool is nothing but a piece of metal that looks like a spool that has the ring gear on it, and then both axles come on each side, and there's no spider gears, there's nothing. It's just a piece of metal, so 100% of power goes to both wheels. So that's why you want such a thick. Uh, you don't want one of these tires to spin more than the other. You want them both to spin at the same time, so it doesn't go. So it's not trying to push. um, Running it is very easy. I've seen 5 and 6 year olds do it online. The biggest thing with RC is having fun. I've done this video, I've tried to do this video several times, so if I go over things more than once, I'm sorry. I believe it does have a servo saver, but it does not have a bell crank, the servo. The servo is I believe a 1/18 servo, basically the servo that they would use for going into reverse, or the 1/16 scale cars. And it doesn't need to be big, and the tie rods which connect the hub to the servo, the metal links, they're known as tie rods, are direct connection to the servo. It is a 3-link suspension with a pillow ball at the bottom. You can see the 2 links down here, and then there's 1 link inside the cage where the person's head would be, if they were actually about where their chest would be. And then there's a pillow ball at the bottom, and the pillow ball keeps the axle in place, centered in, so it doesn't shift left and right. I will say the springs need to be preloaded, because if I pick up the back of the car, you can see how the whole front end dips down. It's pretty stiff in the rear, but up front, if you pick it up, it's going to nose down. The wheelie bar needs to be dropped about a centimeter, because you really don't want it to come up a lot. You want it to grab as much as possible. You don't want that air to get up under it, because then it can make it go squirrely. And that's when TSM takes over. Like I said, mine's 25% TSM, and then I can do the launch control right here. I can launch at 50%. It may go squirrely a little, like when they have pedal fests and stuff like that. If you watch NASCAR, NHRA drag racing. But the TSM keeps it so it doesn't roll, and that was one thing that I saw with so many that had the old ones did not have TSM. TSM really helps, especially if you're having fun. You can't use them at competition, but just for having fun, it's great. When it comes to RC cars in general, this is when I'm going to get into something a little deep, my personal life. I got into RC cars because I got addicted to drugs. I did pills. I'm 30 years old. I did pills, and I did marijuana. I did cocaine. I did many different drugs, and I'm not proud of it at all. It's a part of my past that I wish never happened, but it's made me a better person. Also, getting my high school diploma and also going to a trade school while I was in high school was one of the best things I could have ever done, because that gave me a trade coming out of high school. I'm an automotive mechanic. I'm an IT tech. I know electronics very well. I can fix anything. I know computers. And there's so many things that I know, because when I get into something, some people have complained about how long my videos are, but I've had a lot of people getting into the hobby that enjoy how deep I go in to everything, because there's some of these things that you can't find online at one place. So I put everything that I found, everything I learned, I put it in one video. If I hadn't got a high school diploma, I would not have all this. I am blessed that I finished high school, and now I have all these amazing. I have 2/5 scales. I have a few over 20 cars. I have a drone. Well, I don't call them drones. It's a quadcopter with a camera. It's a Phantom. Um, but I'm going to finish up with this car real quick, and then we're going to take a look around. This is a second video of 4. Third video is we're going to take it outside and we're going to run it. Thankfully, where I run my vehicles, I have a freshly paved road, so it's very smooth. Not that much on it. If there's a little bit of dirt, I'll get out my drone, and all the air that gets pushed down, I can use that to push all the debris and leaves off to the side, and then I'll have a good straightaway. A good gearing for this, for competition, is 18 pinion, 65 spur. I will be getting that. Of course, RRP. Robinson Racing products, because that's another thing. I saw a lot of people that broke the pinion gears. Thankfully, I also have a pinion gear from my Traxxas Slash that is a 15 tooth. This is a 14 tooth on this. I'm going to try the 15 tooth. That should give me the ability to launch a little harder, and also a little bit higher top speed. It comes with the regular tools, some stickers, your usual manual, owner's manual. Talking about the Bluetooth Traxxas link really helps. Traxxas link is, if you have a lot of Traxxas vehicles, get the Traxxas link, unless you go to Spectrum or Futaba. I'm looking into Futaba because Futaba can actually, from what I hear, can plug into the telemetry sensors from Traxxas and send it straight to the transmitter instead of having to hold a phone or tablet along with the transmitter. See if I can remember anything else. I love the clamshell design. RLC Racing product, RLC Hobbies has a aluminum back half for this that I believe makes it 2 inches longer, so it makes it a little longer. But it's also aluminum. Launch after launch, you're eventually going to have stress cracks on the plastic in the back. So it's only $49. And it also makes it so you don't have to use 2 screws to hold the body on. The body will just pull off from the back. Try to go through everything from the front to the back. And that's basically it with that car. And like I said, this is my new RC room. I got not all my RCs in here just yet. Still got some and a lot of parts, lots and lots of parts, at my grandma's house still. I'll have to be getting those, or those will be gotten for me. So now I guess I'll just do a quick go around of the room. Like I said, this is video 2 of 4. The next one is going to be outside running it. And the 4th is going to be ripping it down, and let's see everything inside of it. Because, I mean, with this body on, it's dark underneath. So, yeah, you can't really see a lot. And then as I do work on it, I will be, like with the X-Max, I'll be doing all the videos of how to change things on this and how easy it is. And from what I've seen thus far, nothing in here is really in a really tight spot like some of the other cars I've had. So let's get to everything. Over there is my futon that I have in here, just in case I want to sit down. I still got some stuff up there that I need to clean off. There's my Phantom. Uh, it's just a Phantom 3 standard. Eventually, I'd like to get a professional. I don't, or a Mavic. A Mavic would be really nice. I'd be able to take it places. My DBXL got a lot of upgrades on it. How you can see just right there, the FID aluminum diff case and bulks. My King Motor Baja, a lot of people have said those are better than HPI. They're stronger. Some people say they're not. Majority of what I read, King Motor is better. There's my precious T-Max that I've had over a year now. That's still the stock body. That is the same body that came with it. I cut some holes in it to get more airflow to the engine to keep it cool. There's my 3.3 Revo. Back in the corner is a HPI RS43 Evo. Right there is a HPI RS4 Sport 3 Flux. Right there is my fiance used to think that was her favorite. Now this is her favorite. But that one right there is a RS4, a Nitro RS4 3 Evo Plus. Down here, the Drift Star, the RS4 Sport 3 Drift with a Castle Mamba Max Pro 3800 kV setup, Sadlock Servo Spectrum SRS 4210 receiver. There's my Tamaha F201. It doesn't have any electronics in it at the moment. The closet, there's some of my transmitters, my nitro fuel. My nitro starter is up there for some of them. I prefer pull start, but on my T-Max it's just a basher, so it's fun to have that. I have my, right now, that's my bump box holding my door shut. I'm going to get a second bump box for my big block Revo, and I'm going to raise the wheel up so I can start it finally. I've never had it started. And there, that car right there is a Super Nitro RS4. It's waiting its turn to get fixed. Down in one of those bags, I believe it's that one over there to the left with that chassis plate sticking out. That's a RS4 3 Drift, Nitro Drift. And then all my tools, Dremel drills, hot glue gun, my backpack that I carry everything with, all my parts. A lot of the stuff's going to be coming out of that. My minis. So, pretty fun little... I love this hobby. There's no other hobby that I've gotten into that people have been so friendly. Of course, like I said earlier, there's always going to be bad eggs. But most of the people I've met aren't that bad. Behind the funny car are some of my batteries, my 3 Phantom batteries, quite a few lipos. Those really small red lipos are for my minis. My 2 chargers, my balance charger right there, my gun, my temperature gun. Those right there are both chargers for my DJI Phantom batteries. And that's about it. I still got some cleaning up in here to do, but I'm just finally happy. I have a camcorder that I will be using. I also have a GoPro, wherever the hell it went. And I did try, oh, there it is. I did try to use a GoPro at first, but it's just a GoPro 3 White Edition, has Wi-Fi. But seeing that it was pointing at that bright window, it was a really dark image, so I didn't continue going. But I think I'm going to end it there. I am going to have a giveaway. I have reached 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you enough for watching my videos, keeping this hobby alive, subscribing, liking, I don't know if I mentioned this, but some people are upset that I make videos so long, but some people are happy, especially new people. Well, yeah, I did go over that. I put everything that I have learned into one video. So people don't have to go all over the internet to learn things, and you can always comment, and I always answer back because I'm always checking my YouTube because I don't want to leave people in the dark. I don't want to post a video and then people have questions. And as of right now, I don't have a lot of comments. I have enough I can handle. So that's how it's going right now. Last thing I'll show is my box of nitro motors. I have a OS Max 30 up there, a couple 2.5s from Traxxas, a couple 3.3s, a 0.15 from HPI, and just, yeah, a lot of stuff. So that's it. I'm just going to end it here. I really want to thank everyone that's been watching, everyone that has... I don't have an X-Max as of right now. A lot of people got upset at me. Said, well, if you don't have an X-Max, I'm unsubscribing because I don't care. Well, I did pretty much everything I could with the X-Max. I did every how-to video I could. I ended up trading it for this. I love this, and I don't... With this, it even has a 29cc motor that I built. But I will be getting another X-Max. I will be getting a roller. And putting in my own electronics. It'll be another XLX 2028. Well, probably an XLX with a Poseidon motor. I think they make a 1000 kV motor, and that's what I want. So just keep watching. I'll be doing more videos, how-to videos on the funny car, how-to videos. I always like doing how-to videos to show people how to do things. I'm very good with my hands. I'm very good mechanically. So that'll be it for now. Go back to the funny car because that's where it all started. Like usual, peace. Again, I thank you very much for continuing to watch my videos, and there will always be more coming. I usually get a new RC about less than every 2 months. Well, everybody have a nice night. Tomorrow's election day. Please make the right choice. Do you want a criminal, or do you want someone who's basically going to turn the political system around and really do the right thing by the American people? People can say that he's not going to, but I honestly believe he is. Because, I mean, people have asked him many times Donald Trump have asked him many times in the past, will you ever run for president? Because he has a very great mind. And so many people have said that, including Hillary Clinton. But now that she's having to run against him and he's winning, I mean, look at her rallies against his. That alone shows who is winning. Her rallies, maybe 1,000, 2,000 people. The Jay-Z, Beyonce concert, only like 1/50th of the people that went there stayed to listen to Hillary talk. Hillary should have talked before the concert, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce should have performed. They did it the wrong way, and that's why she didn't get her message out. But I'm not gonna go political anymore. You're an American. If you live in the U.S., it's your duty and your right to vote. I honestly believe we're going to see a record turnout, like possibly 100 million, when in the past it's been 30 million. Because usually a lot of people don't vote because they always think, what's the point? My vote doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Get out and vote. I hate to put that in an RC video, but at least it's in the last part. So if you don't like it, you can not listen or turn the video off early. But I mean, we gotta get our country back on the right track. I mean, I don't even have insurance because of how expensive Obamacare has made it. So let's hope that the right thing happens and we can get our nation back to the way it was. I really miss the way it was in the 90s when I was growing up. I didn't have to worry about, I could go out in my friend's house, I could go out in the neighborhood and not have to worry about anything bad happening. And now you have all these extra genders and it's just fucking ridiculous. I'm so tired of this politically correct crap. It's right versus wrong. What is right? What is wrong? I mean, honestly, how can you vote for someone who has put the United States security at risk and other people have the confidential emails? Uh, people that don't get on YouTube actually think WikiLeaks is Russian. No, the hell it's not. It's a Chinese corporation. Uh, and also Libya, just all that. It's ridiculous. Not Obama. Trump would be, in my opinion, the best thing for this nation, but I think they're going to do everything they possibly can to stop him because so many people are against him. The United States corporation, um, big banks, arm dealers, they're against him because he doesn't want war. Let's just wipe out ISIS, do the right thing. So I'm going to end it there. Like usual, peace. Stay tuned for the other videos and stay tuned for the giveaway video. And give me comments on what a good thing for a giveaway would be. $150 or less. There is one thing, the RC Sailors, they did a review of a little quadcopter that did have GPS and it was only $90. So just let me know. Do you want a drone? Do you want a car? And I'll do a sort of a tally. And whichever wins, that's what I'll get. And give it away. I'll do a random number generator. I'll record all of it. So it'll be completely fair. All you have to do is comment on the video. And you'll be placed in the drawing. And you have as much chance of winning as anybody else. Peace.